But my daughter was able to meet him and also my significant other lived in India for a couple of months, and he actually lived in, what's it called when they're with the guru? Ashram? No.
Ashram.
He did that. He came back, he was very, very enlightened, and then he realized, and one of the things that he learned being in India was that everything that you are seeking and all these things, the basis of that is always within you. So you don't have to go all around the world because it's based upon love and acceptance of yourself. So that was one of the influences, but to summarize, the other thing is I became very interested in yoga. And in 2005, I found a bounce program for low-income children, African American and Hispanic girls first, and now we had boys. And I was one of the main things for me was to involve yoga, because I wanted these children who might see life in a very different way of think that yoga is boring. Actually, they told me it was boring and weird, but some of them, they really love it. And I became very interested. So every year we had tried different kind of yoga. Sometimes we don't call it yoga because it has some connotation to them. So we call it fitness yoga that will make you feel stronger. So that's one of the practices, and we have been doing it for 15 years. So we are happy to tell you that's one of the things that feel very rewarding. And also now we start increasing and put mindfulness practices for the children, so they can do also other kind of practices on mindfulness. So that's it.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Olvera. First of all, thank you all for coming. We really appreciate each and every single one of you being here. My name is Syed. I'm a graduate student in school psychology. I work under Dr. Smith. And my foray into mindfulness simply was to create a community here at U of H that values one another, that shows compassion and love towards one another. We'd like to take an ecological lens when we look at mental health in our training. And we know that when we set the parameters of our society, when people value one another, when people are mindful with one another, when we're in existence, when we're treating one another like brothers and sisters in humanity, it's really good for our mental health. Compassion is very good for our mental health. Kindness is very good for our mental health. But the thing that I realized in my growing up, and I still have lots of growing up to do, is that this was a methodology that I needed to practice. Love doesn't come easy, right? We tell ourselves that, we should all love one another. This is a skill that needs to be developed over a long period of time. But the fortunate news is that that resource, that capability lies within all of us. And it's just a matter of planting that seed and watching it grow. But the Mindful Cougs, this is our first event as Mindful Cougs, is here for you, all of you, and we hope to have many, many more events that seek to build interconnectedness between all of us. And thank you so much.
Thank you. This evening, I'm thankful for the partnership and collaboration of the Mindful Cougs and the United Campus Ministry of Greater Houston. We share the common aim of making yoga and mindfulness and meditation practices more widely accessible to the UH community. United Campus Ministry and the Mindful Cougs collaborated, are co-sponsors of this Mindfulness Symposium, and I'm grateful for our partnership. I am the Reverend Felix, the Director of Programming for the United Campus Ministry here on campus. I would like to introduce Reverend Tammy Nelson, the Executive Director of United Campus Ministry. She's back there. And it was her original vision. To sponsor the yoga and meditation offerings of UCM, which is our acronym for short, UCM. She hired Amber Mattingly, who is also a minister, Disciples of Christ minister, to be the instructor for these sessions. I'm going to move very quickly. The yoga and meditation sessions have averaged around 10 students and staff. The 2 semesters of this academic year, they're held on Tuesdays upstairs in this building in the small chapel at 11:30 a.m. What's interesting is that at least 80% of the time, new people have shown up. Clearly, there is interest in what yoga and meditation and mindfulness have to offer. It is our hope to spread the word and to build greater interest. Once a person starts down this path, usually they don't turn back. The benefits are powerful and the benefits are transformative. United Campus Ministry of Greater Houston was established in 1968 by three denominations: the Christian Church Disciples of Christ, the Presbyterian Church USA, and the United Church of Christ. UCM is a resident student organization rooted in our Christian faith, our Christian tradition. We are rooted in Christ. We seek to strengthen the faith and spiritual journeys of our students in a way that is both ecumenical and interfaith in its approach. And I want you to hear this clearly. We, UCM, fully embrace and affirm the faith of other religious traditions and see our Christian path as one path to God, as one path to the divine. We're not tolerant of other traditions. We're fully embrace and affirm that we are brothers and sisters together. No one needs to convert to anyone's religion. UCM is about promoting dialogue and ministry across our respective traditions. And moreover, whether religious or not, spiritual or not, we are all sisters and brothers. UCM truly welcomes all students, and with all students, our aim is to support them in their spiritual journey and to work on behalf of their well-being, their wellness, body, mind, and spirit. That's our mission. Spirituality is essential to our mission. We understand that the physical and spiritual are two sides to one. The difference and separation is virtual in nature. And in fact, we believe that there's only a virtual membrane between the two. The more you promote wholeness for the body, the more the spiritual side of our lives experiences wholeness. And the more you work towards spiritual wholeness, the more you work toward physical wellness. We believe in an approach that is holistic. Every part of who we are supports and strengthens the other parts of who we are. Spirituality at its best accomplishes this. Let me end by saying what Syed.
I got it.
I got it?
You got it.
Syed. Let me end by saying what Syed lifted up the other day when we were in this chapel. He pointed out that mindfulness and meditation and yoga have been a part of our ancient religious and spiritual traditions. They are not new, and they spring forth from some of these traditions. And what we are affirming is that they evolve also. Whether religious or not, we all have access to these beautiful practices that center us, open our minds and hearts, nurture our bodies and spirits, bring stress under our very own control, reveal our true essence in nature, bring us into a realm of higher conscious and awareness, and places us in the holiest of